an interview with a local legend.
My name is Tom Price. I'm 34 years old. I've been playing drums for 18 years, I believe. I started when I was 16. So if my math is correct, I think that's 18 years, yes. That's kind of hard to say. I think it's kind of like just people kind of gravitate towards a certain instrument, I suppose. And yeah, I guess when I was young, when I was a teenager, getting into music, I guess the drums were the instrument that I was just gravitating towards, really. Yeah, I was really enjoying learning all by myself, and just really enjoying just sitting in the room and just playing to myself, playing to music, and yeah, just falling in love with the instrument, I guess. Um, but yeah, it got a little bit more serious when I saw an advertisement in a drum magazine for a scholarship program to the one of the music schools in London. Used to be called the Institute, now is called the ICMP, the Institute of Contemporary Music Performance. So yeah, so I saw a scholarship program to that for like a year diploma course, and I was in sixth form at the time. It was the time where everything was very much university focused. What were you going to do at university? What were you going to do next? And yeah, everybody was kind of going through the same thing. But I saw that advertised there and thought, well, you know what, actually, maybe learning a bit more about drumming and learning a bit more about music would be a cool thing to do. So I thought I'd just give that a shot. And I guess instead of having the opportunity to film it on my iPhone or anything like that, weren't around back in the day. So yeah, I did drag out your big old video camera and film yourself playing drums, and I did that just on my like a straightforward beginner kit, 5-piece kit, one crash, one ride, and just did something. I think I just played around, messed around, tried my best, to copy as many different Neil Peart fills as possible. And yeah, and luckily I got selected for the scholarship program, and I won a partial scholarship to go to the ICMP. So that's where it all started for me, and where I thought, okay, yeah, I've hopefully got some talent at doing this, so I want to pursue it, and I want to do the best that I can at trying to see what I can do with it, basically. I knew as I was coming to the end of my course that, well, I'm sure that most people would probably say, "Oh, well, London's the perfect place to be if you're a professional musician and you want to be, want to be able to get great opportunities and get great gigs and stuff." But I was just, I guess I was getting a bit homesick, and I thought I want to kind of, I want to try and do all that. I want to see what kind of stuff I could do, but I think I'd like Wales to be my base. So I just decided to go back home and yeah, just build up from there. And in preparation for that, I managed to get myself a gig with a ska tribute band. And this is when I first joined the band that I'm still playing in today, called Too Rude. And yeah, I joined them in 2009. And yeah, so we've been playing together ever since in many different forms. A couple of band members changing around here and there, but I've been with them for all that time, probably like 13, 14 years now, I guess. My biggest original music project is playing with a prog rock band, heavy prog rock band called Godsticks. And these guys I've known for a while. I was actually a fan of the band before I joined them. I would go to see them around Cardiff and South Wales just because I thought they were a great band and great musicians. And yeah, when the moment came to potentially join, I just had to kind of jump at the chance. And luckily I did that at a really good time where the band's music was changing from a bit more of a kind of looser, more fusiony rock sound to a much more of a heavier, more metal sound, and that's more the direction, or the more the kind of style that I enjoy playing the most. And so yeah, the kind of the stars aligned, I guess. So I joined those guys in 2015, and yeah, we've been playing together ever since. We've together since I've been in the band. We've released 3 albums. Been lucky enough to play some really great gigs and go on tour, and yeah, do lots of fun things. And yeah, it's now coming up to the third album that we're going to release together, and it's coming out in May 26th. It's called "This Is What a Winner Looks Like." Favorite band of all time is Rush. Favorite drummer, Neil Peart, straight away. Well, yeah, it wasn't until I heard the music of Rush, and it wasn't until I heard the drumming of Neil Peart specifically, where I thought, well, I've never heard anybody play drums like this before. I want to play drums like that, and that was, the catalyst to kind of make me go, okay, right, well, in order to play like this, okay, I've got to learn a bit more about, this sort of thing, or this technique, or I need to improve this, I need to do this, and then yeah, that was like the key that opened the door to all the cool things that I've been able to pick up and learn. My answer for this one is going to be for another project that one of the guys in Rush is involved with. Alex Lifeson, the guitar player, plays with or has a little project on the side called Envy of None. And we're very, very lucky that Godsticks are on the same label as this project as well. So technically, we're label mates, and that's a really cool thing for me to say as well. And yeah, I'd definitely love to be involved in that project in any shape or form, not just to work with Alex Lifeson, but I genuinely do enjoy the music. It's very, very different again to any kind of music that I've played before. Very much electronic and more experimental and almost like cinematic as well. So it's definitely a very interesting project, and that would be a very cool thing to be involved in. But yeah. Rock music and prog rock music is definitely my kind of like my biggest passion. So to be able to work with somebody, say like Steven Wilson, who was probably the biggest name in prog rock at the moment, that would be amazing as well. Well, it's a never ending list, I suppose. I have many different kind of like kits for different situations, but my main go to kit with Godsticks, for example, straight away will be a DW collector series. In terms of cymbals, kind of a mixture of Sabian and Zildjian. I've kind of started with Sabian, and we've been using a lot of the Paragon cymbals, of course, for the Neil Peart connection, but yeah, I like especially lots of bright cymbals and I guess the like the A series of Zildjian and the AA series of Sabian. Cases. So yeah, I use hard cases. I like using Remo heads on the kit. I've got a mixture, or I guess an ever-changing mixture, but right now I'm kind of stuck with a power stroke 3 on the bass drum, just a standard coated ambassador on the snare drum, and also coated ambassadors on the toms as well. Tom batter heads, I've found them to be pretty cool as well. And my stick choice is also very heavily Neil Peart inspired. It's the ProMark 747, but instead of using the oak version, I've started using, or have been using, the hickory version for a long time, and I find that kind of suits me better, which is cool. Hardware is a mixture of different things. Lots of DW hardware, lots of Tama hardware. Yeah, just a mixture of different things. The most recent purchase that I've picked up, and very amazed and lucky that I can say that I also am endorsed by this company now, is a Duelist D2 double pedal, and that's fantastic. That's a really amazing pedal to play. So so tough and so strong, but when you pick it up and when you're setting it up and you're setting it together, you forget how light it is as well. So it's an amazing kind of balance in what you need, I guess, from a double pedal to make it totally effortless to play. It makes my double bass playing much better than it probably actually is. And yeah, it's a fantastic one to play, and I'm really grateful to Kevin from the company who helped me out, especially for the recording of this Godsticks album. He was able to get the pedal to me, kind of rush it to me, so I could take it into the studio with us. So it was fantastic to have his support. I'm not one of those kind of people who say that, well, my goal is to be a multi-million album selling artist and be in a band that's playing on tours all over the world. I try not to kind of think like that. I like to set myself like almost like little smaller goals along the way. So like from like the very beginning when I started playing drums, I would probably say, well, okay, my goal now is to play a gig where I actually get paid to do it or something like that. And then it might be, okay, yeah, now I want to play in this particular venue or something like that and play to like a couple of hundred people. And then it might be, a little bit more, say 500 people, maybe 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and I like to kind of just give myself those little targets, and one of those targets was definitely to be in a band that could be signed as well, be a signed recording band. And that's amazing. And I just want to kind of set myself these kind of little goals and just think, okay, well, this is the next one to try to do. So I think with Godsticks, it's just to hopefully have a good, successful album this time around, and just to try to get some more great opportunities. So the band is Godsticks. This is a Godsticks track, and this is called Ruin. It was recorded at a little club called the Black Heart in London, and this was actually, I think, probably the first kind of weekend tour that we did after the pandemic, everything kind of opened up again after the pandemic. So I chose this one because it was definitely a great show. I like to think a great performance as well, but it was more importantly a great feeling on that stage for me and the guys, knowing that we're finally back doing what we wanted to do. We're finally back playing live again. And amazingly, people still wanted to come and see us. So that was great. That was really good.
So, Tom, we've noticed that Godsticks has been on support tours.
Mm-hmm.
And on one of those tours, Gavin Harrison was the drummer in one of the bands that you were supporting.
Yes.
Is it true that Gavin came to you to ask you to teach him how to play a paradiddle?
Oh, well, I promised him I wouldn't say this, but I'm kidding. Yeah, you were trying to bait me to do that one. Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for coming in today. You are a local legend.